Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about another character within this game, and this will be the final character only review for season 2. And this character is called Bai Mo. Now, before saying why final, because I haven't talked about the sniper, right? Well, because for me, sniper is the hardest thing to use, which is why I don't use sniper characters. Like learning to use sniper character is the most horrible thing for me, because I am most of the time comfortable with assault rifle or maybe submachine gun, such as this. But when it comes to sniper rifle, I am extremely bad at them, which is why, because of this reason, you use only Nobunaga, because you can turn his weapon into a automatic weapon. But for other characters, they are basically a normal sniper weapon, which is why I don't use them. And that is the reason why I'm saying this is going to be a final character review only for season 2. Okay, and this is going to be Bai Mo. So Bai Mo is a Urbino character. Basically speaking, you can use this character on both red and blue team, doesn't matter. But another few things that I would talk about is, okay, what was the ranking of this character in season 1? The ranking of this character was in season 1 was basically at this ranking here, but now it is not anymore. Okay, why is that? Well, let's talk about it one by one. So first of all, let's talk about his weapon. So when it comes to his weapon, there is a massive change in his weapon. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, let's look at this here. You can go for magazine capacity or reload. I suggest that you go for reload in this case, because he need to individually input his bullet in order to get the maximum amount of bullet output. But it takes one bullet at a time to reload. So as a result, you'd rather have more reload speed than magazine capacity. Now, go for split control. Okay. Now, this might sound contradictory compared to season 1, but there are some changes. Okay, the shotgun weapon are now in a state where even if you were to go for normal bullet mode, it gets spread so much that if you are trying to hit an enemy in the mid distance, they are still not going to be able to get maximum amount of damage. Why is that? Because in this place there was a certain thing here, not called base rate of fire, rather it was called a single bullet. Now that single bullet is called, now it is increased bullet, which is going to be more damage output or rate of fire. So in this case, if you go for increased bullet, you will get overall more damage output, and this is called effective range. What is effective range versus stringified damage? Now when it comes to stringified damage, it basically means damage that are basically done on paper mode. Now if you are a beginner, go for this stringified damage. If you are a veteran player like me, who is eventually gonna become veteran, right now I am in uh, platinum. In few more weeks I will be in the, what should I call it, monarch ranking. Okay, like the maximum ranking in the challenge mode. So after you have selected all of this, let's see what is the overall damage output of the 9 bullet. Obviously the accuracy is high, so I'm not going to be talking about that. Let's talk about the overall damage output. So the maximum damage output is now 612. Now I know this sound very stupid, like who would use this? Hmm? I guess a lot of people would use this. So 612 is actually not worth it for me, but it's more than enough to destroy the enemy in the close range. See, it is more than enough to destroy the enemy in the close range. But the main question remains is, what happens if I try to shoot the enemy from this place here? Before I go to even that point, the overall question remains is, okay, if I am gonna rate the character based on their ranking of overall total damage output, it is here. Yes, because all of these character can actually do a maximum amount of damage of 800 and plus, or maybe a little bit lower than 800, but near 800. 600, what type of damage is that? Hmm? Like it, like even Ika is better than this one. That's like, I do not understand what happened here. Like, these shotgunners used to be good in the mid range and even in the long range, not the best, good. But now after the season 2 update, they basically removed the single shot mode. Now Bai Mo is basically uh, considered as relatable, but also at the same time he is basically in so below the ranking that I have to put this character here, because this character has a higher chance of beating these two than this two character has a beating chance of this one. Okay, and not only that, if these two characters were to face against each other, this character is gonna be winning majority of the time right now. That's basically how the reality is. So let me check here based on the distance, uh, and you can definitely see this is the uh, let's say short range. Okay, in the short range I need 3 bullet, whatever here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 9 bullet and still alive. Okay, now let's see that one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, now you can get a proper idea of what happened. If the shots are basically spread out and the enemies are that far away, what will happen? Obviously your chances of winning are going to be extremely low. You need to be extremely close to the enemy to actually kill them, and you still need 3 shots to kill them. So what does this mean? This means that exactly as I've said, that these characters in terms of meta-ness has gone down. The meta vibe of this character has gone down. You cannot tell me though, no, in demolition match this and that etc. No, listen, there is a thing called demolition match which is much harder than challenge mode. But if you see that majority of the player actually do not prefer using this character because his reload rate is extremely high, his shots needs to be extremely close to the enemy in order to work, and obviously for range character this character basically becomes useless. Like if you have all of these thing and even his active skill, the active skill basically cause a little bit of increase closing in distance, and let's say if I were to shoot the enemy in a close range, okay, in the close range only then it will work, otherwise it is not gonna work. Okay, how am I gonna shoot that? hmm? I shouldn't be able to shoot that with my active skill, which has a cooldown of 20 seconds. You are asking me to use the 20-second to do that, right? Now, how is that even possible? It is not possible. Okay, what happens if I were to shoot the enemy? Obviously what happens is the overall uh what should I call it, cooldown decreases. The more I shoot at the enemy, the cooldown decreases, which is a very good thing. But if there were no enemy near me, what am I gonna do? Let's say there are only 2 enemies that are in the middle and in the long range. What am I gonna do? I won't be able to do anything about it. So there is a thing called realistic point of perspective. Okay, like the amount of recovery is totally related to the amount of damage that is being done to the enemy. So from that point of perspective, I do not see any benefit from it. Okay, now enough of the negativity. Now let's talk about these characters. uh, what should I call it, active skill. Okay, so when it comes to the active skill, what happens is, let's say you destroy 2 bullets, right, with one what should I call it, with 1 dash you get 2 bullets back. Now if you were to use this here, then you will get 2 more bullets back, which is basically 4 bullets. So 1 2 3 4, right, 9 again. Okay, so that's basically how it goes. Your overall bullet counts will increase, or reload rate will basically lower. So the overall question remains is, okay, so if this character is not capable of using his ability in the long range or maybe mid range, then maybe he's very good at short range, right? Yes, he's good at short range, but you still need to be extremely good with the aiming of the enemy. Okay, and then getting the recovery rate back. So because of this reason, I'll put this character here. I cannot go any further than that. Okay, now what about his passive? So what does the passive do? It basically causes a primary weapon string block enemies on dealing damage 50 damage in a single shot. So basically speaking, his stringy fight mode, if the enemies are in a stringy fight mode, they will take basically 50 damage in a single shot. Okay, what does that mean? Let me check. Okay. Okay, so it is basically saying that they are taking more damage. But I was not even sure where I was aiming. So I can't even say what this active skill mean. If this passive skill mean. If anyone knows what this means, can you tell me in the comment section? I'll be really appreciated. Okay. Now what about this? This is the one that actually makes sense here. Okay, so how does it work? It basically creates a copy version of itself. So once this copy version has been made, okay, as long as you don't lose your entire what should I call it? As long as you do not lose your entire HP as well as your shield, you should be able to return to the original location. For example, let's say after activating it, I'm gonna kill 2 enemies, okay? And after killing the enemy, I can return to this original location. So basically speaking, if you were to use this ability, you will have double health, okay? So as a result, if your original if your copy dies, your original position will be saved and you will be loaded back to your original location. Now, can the enemy see this location thing or not? That I do not know yet. Okay, so if I were to talk about from this ultimate here, let's see what happens. Places a beacon. If he downed or killed, he'll instantly respond to the location. Pressing the ultimate key again will teleport him back to the original location, restoring only his HP. So basically speaking, if you were to lose every bit of armor and then also your HP, you will be returned to this location with all of your HP returned. So that's basically how it goes. Okay. Now, after all of this is done, the overall question remains is, are there anything else should I say about this character? No, I cannot actually say this. Okay, because when it comes to okay, so basically when they take shot, they are unable to do stingified mode for a certain period of time. That is a passive, nothing else. So the overall thing that I understand from this character is, when you fight against this character, the only thing that you need to be worried about is the close range. Okay, and that's the thing. This character is extremely useful in the close range, but in the mid and in the long range, do not even try to fight against enemy in the long and in mid range. So that's basically overall my conclusion. Okay, so in terms of grenade, select anyone you like, because truth to be told, I am actually fed up with this character. Why am I even saying this? I'm actually fed up with this character. Let's say when I was actually playing this character, what was happening is I was in a mission where the overall his reloading system got me so much frustrated that I had no other choice but to cancel out him with the character that I use on a regular basis. This one, that much problematic it feels when I use this character. Now, some might say, well, maybe you are not used to it. Okay, let's say I am not used to it. Okay, so if I were to go to this career mode and leader mode, okay, Bai Mo is basically in this place here only. Okay, now the question is okay, why is Bai Mo only 2 times? Like, what the heck happened here? 1, 2 in the top 10, there is only 2, but the similar character can be seen multiple times here. Okay, and as I go here in the second event list, so basically speaking, if you are basically closing the enemies at short range, only then it is useful. Otherwise, the question is how is he that much useful? I do not get the idea of what you guys are even gonna be talking about. Because look at this here, as I've already said, Ika is basically far better than Bai Mo in terms of short range, to the point that even the second player actually put this what should I call it, Eka in this place here. And not only that, some of you will eventually say, well, it is the matter of what Bruce Lee said, that I do not fear the person who tried many different methods. Rather, I fear the person who used one method and trained thousands of time, something like that. If you go with those type of nonsense, then you will eventually understand that those same words are basically used by other people, and those other people are using other characters, and by using those Bruce Lee's words, that is, eventually you will see that the strongest characters are basically not Bai Mo. That's basically what I'm saying. Now, when I go to the challenge mode, okay, look, there is Bai Mo in this section here. I guess this guy is basically using this character here, not majority of the time, because you can definitely see his majority uses are basically this one and this one, and this one is basically sometimes, not all the time. Okay, so overall, what is my conclusion? My conclusion is, if you are still gonna use this character, use this character in the short range. Don't try to go for this character in the long or mid range, because you're not gonna be able to survive. This is point number one. Point number two is, okay, me actually comparing the career mode here in the way that I have explained is not a very good example. But what is a very good example is, if you are capable of using his active skill properly, only then it is useful, with one fact in mind, that you are not going to be able to use it properly, because majority of the time, if you are going to be facing against enemies that are basically in the mid range or even long range, you're not going to be able to kill them. That is the reality. So this is overall my conclusion for this character. Like, I was extremely frustrated when I was using this character. Like, after the update, they removed the single shot mode of these shotguns, and basically only kept the what should I call it, spread type. Okay, and afterwards they have basically shrunk down in ranking. So that is the thing. Now, other than that, let's talk about some other topic here. So in terms of clothing material, these are all alternate. Okay, but this one actually looks good. I don't plan on using this character, but this one looks good. Okay, and this one is a thief, like some sort of superhero, like some sort of villain we often see in a video game, where the villain actually is wearing this, eventually get beats up by the main boss or something like that. You know, someone is gonna say, but that sunglass looks like the Gurren Lagann type of anime thing. Yeah, it looks like that. What can I do? Like, if I'm not satisfied with the character skill, I'm not satisfied overall, and from that point of perspective, nothing else actually impacts me. Okay, this one looks good. Coconut special. Okay, I guess around the beach area, research type. Whoever made this design doesn't seem to understand how to do anything regarding this thing here, especially when you talk about the rarity of this. If this is rare type of clothing, why are you giving these characters the same type of design? It's like people who actually make these character, especially the male characters, they basically forget that, oh, there are different types of clothes. Oh, we forgot about that. Yeah, just give a makeover, everything is gonna be fine. So overall, if you still want to play this character, I'm not saying that this character is bad, you shouldn't play this. No, what I am saying is, this is my tier list ranking, and this tier list ranking will basically give you guys a good idea which character is going to be hard to use, which character is going to be easy to use. And based on that, if you guys were to use that characters in that certain fight properly, then you will be able to understand how much effort you need to put on those characters in order to use them properly. So this is more of a how much effort it takes to actually use this character, not which character is good or bad. I never said this. Okay, remember that this tier list, okay, that this is a tier list of which character is harder to use and easier to use. That's basically it. So if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.